But when you come and say, hawa wananchi wote wako na njaa, pea wote, then what do you expect us to do? To follow your instructions, the MCA, or to follow him? Those are some few petty issues that we are very sure now, with the cooperation of the governor and the county commissioner, they will not be there. We shall do as is expected, so that our wananchi can get very good services and benefit. Finally, for our governor, yes, Makueni has been branded as a drought and a hunger-stricken county, basically for many years. Maybe, it's my humble request that with your government and also the national government, we come up with the strategies that we can reduce hunger in Makueni, so that we are not every time running helter skelter looking for food for our people. The county has the potential to be agricultural rich. The county has potential because already we have a big project for a dam, which when it is completed, agriculture will thrive. And with the politicians, they'll talk from morning to evening, and at the end of the day, they'll say, with those few remarks, thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Bwana Chairman. Asante sana.
Thank you, Bwana DCC. Kindly let's give him a round of applause. I will now call upon the acting county secretary to give her remarks. And I kindly request that we start moving closer to the red carpet.
Thank you, MC. Once more, Your Excellencies, I think I had spoken. Just to emphasize, because we really now have to look forward. We are currently finalizing our CIDP 3. We of course had engagements with majority of the stakeholders, and we will still be resubmitting the document again to yourselves, and of course approval by the County Assembly. So we really hope that most of the discussions that we are engaging here will still form part of our CIDP 3, because it's in an integrated document that all of us should contribute to. Since the third administration cycle, and I think the speakers who've spoken before me have really captured the spirit and the past and the collaboration and the tone that we've set. Bwana Sisi, we've written to your office through His Excellency the Governor recently with an intention to establish the county intergovernmental forum that comprises of the county executive committee and heads of departments from the national government. So that is a matter that we hope, of course, as you will make your remarks, we'll be able to bring it to finality. We would have been glad if they would have joined us today, but we know that we are together with them. They were very instrumental in our transition process because we were in the same committee with them. So we look forward to now that very more formal collaboration, so that we can be able to substantially agree on issues and, of course, have, a concrete plan that we can follow through, articulate the when, the who, the where, and the how. Second is the County Policing Authority. It is also espoused in law that we should have formed it. It was not possible in the previous 2 cycles of administration. And like has been mentioned, because now we are enjoying the political goodwill and the intention to do so, we also believe that soon enough we'll be able to work on the County Policing Authority. We appreciate that the security function is not shared, neither is it devolved, but we believe that through that authority, majority of the challenges that we've been facing as a county, in terms of security. And we appreciate the support that you've given us when our good neighbors have wanted to, push us back into the county. We've received a lot of security support and enforcement in that measure, which we appreciate. So we believe that that will form part of your discussions with His Excellency, so that we are able to form it and actually operationalize it. Of course, with those 2 bodies working then, it will really trickle down to the rest of us, right into the departments, into the sub-counties, and we'll be really able to now demonstrate the spirit that has been spoken about, of cooperation, of collaboration, and diligently serving the people of the county. So we look forward as the technical team to really assist you in setting up those structures and getting them going. So at this juncture, I want to invite Waziri Devolution to be able to make remarks and thereafter invite the leadership of the Assembly. Karibu sana Waziri.
Thank you very much. To His Excellency, the Governor, the CEC, Deputy Governor, the Speaker, Majority, Members of Parliament, and my colleagues. First, I want to give an apology of a few of our colleagues. We have CEC Finance, she's out. CEC Lands, CEC Infrastructure, CEC Trade, they are engaged somewhere. Mine is to thank the cooperation between ourselves as a county and the national government. Under devolution, we cannot survive without this kind of mutual understanding. And more so, what has been extended also to the county assembly. As chairman has said, we have only one obligation, to serve Mwenendi. And we can only do that under this cooperation. Many of our previous leaders could have spent a lot of time disjointing that unity. But because God has appointed us now to serve, it's upon ourselves to unite. And also that's the spirit of the President, William, is requesting us we work together. Otherwise our focus is only one mwananchi. Under devolution, we have gotten a lot of assistance. In fact, the last one we are doing now with Bwana Kaemba, when we were distributing the food in Kalanzoni. And out of that cooperation, before now he has moved here, we were able to give relief food, and we were able to focus to give food to Mukaa and Kalanzoni as our areas of focus where the drought is, you know, in a larger scale. My sub-county administrators, they cannot finish a day without meeting your team. And also the coordinators, civic coordinators. We do a lot of public meetings, and you do the barazas. And once we bring that together, we are able to come out with something and synergize for the service delivery for both the national and the county government. And that's why I requested them to come today so that we start this familiarization and the continuation of where we were with the previous county commissioner. So, Bwana County Commissioner, count our support, and we are very happy His Excellency, the Governor, is leading us, and those, the team of the ECMs. We have been beneficiaries of that cooperation. And we, in the near future, like now as one of the Mutawala said, the liquor thing. Within the next 1 month or so, we'll be requesting your teams to assist us on the inspections of the liquor licensing procedures and so forth. That's an exercise which is beneficial both to your system and also on our side. So there is quite a lot of cooperation which we are praying will continue. May God bless us all as a team, both national, county, and the assembly as we serve Mwenendi. Thank you very much. So I now wish to welcome my brother Majority. Karibu. I've seen you have a battalion of the allied elected leaders. Thank you very much.
So tumpe makofi pia kiongozi. And now that the level is rising, I may come near the stairs. So that now my speaker will come here and then wengine wakuja juu. And I don't know where the podium is. You know, when we have this kind of thing, we should have that ndio tuwekelee mikono. It's not a crusade. Thank you. So, Your Excellency, sir, and CC, protocol observed. I truly want to appreciate God today because of this kind of oneness. On behalf of the Assembly, I really appreciate, because of the short notice, they are all here. Your Excellency, want to congratulate you because some of these things, sometimes back, we only used to see them in view sasa. And I think the Assembly can attest to that. And this is not the end, Your Excellency. For us, we'll do our duty to support the government, to criticize the government, to oversight the government, and to do what it takes as the elected members in this county. Your Excellency, is County Commissioner Bwana William Kaimba. There's a time we worked with him, sometimes back, in casino. You may not know. But yeah, aliona kazi ya usiku imekuwa mingi sana, akawacha akaenda kwingine. I remained there for 23 years, and God helped me to have my sons mchana, you know, because you can identify wale wa mchana na wa usiku. So I think alihepa hiyo. So tulijuana sana wakati huo nikiwa casino. And karibu sana. I know you are just around here in Muka. And with this kind of oneness, which I know His Excellency the President is encouraging. For instance, the other day, Your Excellency, you gave out mbeu to wananchi. I can tell you that mbeu, ingine bado ijatoka kwa ground because of water. You can experience Muka, where my colleague, Engineer Mwema, and Mwanzia comes from. Disaster. Manzu is care. I don't know that it is that serious. How it is. So I think we really need what His Excellency the President says, that he will do 4 mega dams in each county and 1,000 of them, because water is everything. For example, Your Excellency, ile mbeu tulipata kule, wacha niseme uongo, nilipata kidogo, imemea. Imemea. Na kwangu, I will harvest normally. Normally, mahindi yangu iko sawa sawa. Why? Because I had done a small farm pond. So the little water that came in, now I am watering ila ya muonomwe. In the CC tunasema muonomwe. Just one rain is what we want. So let us invest more in water. It will help us a lot. And in this, because I know my speaker will say what I have not said, is to welcome that working relationship, because it will help us a lot. Down there, before, sometimes I was talking to my DCC, Monica. Nikamwambia there was one village manager, tukiwa kwa mazishi. Alisema hapana, yeye hazi kuongea. Mimi ndio, yeye ni wa central government. Ni village manager, yeye ni wa national government. Kwa hivyo, wale watu wa serikali ya devolution waongee kwanza. You see, we want to, you know, na hata hajachaguliwa, aliappointiwa. So these are the gaps we want to close. I'm telling you. Sasa nikamuuliza, kwa hivyo hata kama governor angekuwa hapa na ni wa county angeongea, akasema hiyo sheria inasema national government yuko juu. So let us address some of these small things that affects us. Mesikia DCC wa Kadhonzweni amesema wanasiasa wanasema kidogo. Wanasema kidogo wakienda. Sisi hatunanga kusema mingi, atipatia watu wote. You know, sometimes we do it in an orthodox way kutafuta kura. Kwa hivyo mtusamee wakati mnaona kinaenda hivyo, wewe unajua hivyo na unaendanga unafanya ile yako ya sheria, lakini hiyo ingine tunatafuta kura na commissioner utatuelewa wakati tunasimama, because all these are politicians, and the politician number 1 is Mutula Kilonzo Jr. Number 1, he will say it, and then akiondoka anasema na Moyamba utinda na ameenda. Sasa wewe ukifanya shauri yako vibaya kwa hivyo wakati mimi wanasiasa tukiongea mutatuia tu radhi. So basically what I'm trying to say is a house, we shall support the governments. Vile mmeketi hivi, tuende chini, nikakae chini na ACC wangu wa ward, tuanzie hapo iende kwa DCC, isonge kwenu. Otherwise sitaki nizungumze mengi zaidi. Mungu azidi kubariki county yetu ya Makueni. Sijui meshi mkiniruhusu nitaita Right Honorable Speaker ndio aweze kupanda ile ngazi nilikuwa nasema. Oh yeah, I'm told that there are members of the County Assembly who have joined us wakati tulianza. Naomba msimame wale watu kufanya introduction kwa heshima. Nimeona mheshimiwa, simkuje hapa mbele, unajua kuna picha zinapigwa na zingine ni TV. Ni muhimu pia msije mkasema amukwa. Yes. So I will give the mic to the youngest in size.
Thank you very much, my majority. Yes, my name is Ruben Musai Kavai. I come from Kilome. My ward is Kaskeo. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, County Commissioner and the rest. My name is Mutunga Cosmas, Chairman Maendeleo Chapter, Makueni County, Member of County Assembly from Emmanuel Mlalawood. I'm honored to be here. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Majority, Your Excellency and County Commissioner. I'm Benedict Kennedy Maneno, MCA Kadhonzoene Ward. Na kutakia kila laheri, kazi pamoja. Asante.
For protocols observed, I'm Jonathan Ngo, MCA Mavindeni Ward. Karibu Commissioner. Thank you.
Asante. Pisha imepigwa enda. Asante. He insisted he wants to say something, Governor. It may be binding and save us, if you allow.
Thank you, Your Excellency. As we refer Maendeleo chapter speed, Your Excellency, I want to inform the team and the leadership present here. It could have been more better if we had the judiciary arm with us, because it is part of the leadership. Next time, I'm sure we'll invite them. I'm saying this because in Mali, it is seriously affected by drug trafficking. We have a lot of bank being sold openly. Recently, there was some arresting, and in the court, there is that complaint. Those guys were released with a bond of 10,000, and the destruction they use is very serious. So it's a serious concern in Mali on drug matters, and I saw it wise I bring it to attention, Your Excellencies and leadership, that the leadership of the judiciary need to be approached too, so that we can handle the matter together. Otherwise, thank you, Your Excellency. I wish you the best. I'm sure this will not be a PR government like the rest. The previous one will be #1 in activity. The previous regime was #1 on PR. I'm sure we will lead in action. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, the team.
Thank you. Unajua wanasiasa wamesema ni watoa. So I know he will sleep. But just to inform him that this meeting was not to give, it was just greet, meet, greet, and eat. Only today. But it was mimi ndio nimeongezea because niliona kuna moshi natoka pale. Kwa hivyo I know this is not the end. We shall have several other meetings so that we air those nitty-gritties, because I know there are so many. So at this juncture, Your Excellencies, allow me to invite my senior and the Honorable Speaker, who is also the Secretary General for the Speakers in Kenya, Honorable Douglas Bilo. Thank you.
I don't know where they're changing microphones. Well, the higher you go, the harder it becomes. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Governor for Makueni County, Governor Mutula, the senator name will never erase from our mind. County Commissioner for Makueni County, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, members of the Executive Committee, members of the County Assembly, the leadership of various government departments represented here, honorable citizens who let other citizens know what you are discussing here, that is the media. Good morning. Afternoon. Thank you very much. The leader of the majority has said that we are here to greet, meet, greet, and eat. We started with eating. And it's important because we relax a little bit. When there are times when the assembly is writing letters to the executive, today there are no letters, there are no questions, there are no statements. But at the times you go to the office of DCC complaining about theft and so forth. The governor and the county commissioner has brought us together to sit down as a people, as leaders given mandate by the citizens of Kenya. The county commissioner given mandate by the national government, led by the president, who was voted by the citizens of Kenya, and therefore he is here representing the citizens of Kenya. The governor has directly been elected and has delegated that responsibility to the civil service, which is seated here. So by and large, we are here discussing the welfare of the citizen of Makueni, not our welfare. The representatives of the people are here. Now, I was taking stock, and I've realized that the first senator for Makueni, the second senator for Makueni, is now the governor for Makueni. The former DCC for Muka has been around for some time, is not stranger in Jerusalem. He's now the county commissioner. My good friend Mogala, former DCC for Nzawi, is in Makueni at the headquarters. The MCA for water plus 13 others, 12 others, totaling to 13, were re-elected. Member for Malale Mali, while you are away, 13 of former members of the County Assembly were re-elected. So we are leading in this country to have highest number of MCAs re-elected to the Assembly. The deputy governor for Makueni, a daughter from this village, who has been leading Konza City, a former county commissioner, and the governor has reminded me that she was the secretariat for the Commission on Inquiry on Dissolution of Makueni County. So she knows us better and she has our files, those of us who are here from 2013, including the governor, who was testifying as well. Out of 6 members of parliament, only 2 are new. Rose Museo re-elected a 3rd time. Former MP Manzo is a senator. Now, the former chief of staff and the CC for water and former speaker is now the current speaker. The governor didn't do what other governors have done, because they cleaned the administration. They got doctors from hospitals, road engineers and campaigners into the administration. His Excellency the President has not moved commissioners to other administrative duties, has maintained them because they are presumed to be. Now the question is this: if that is the constitution of the county government of Makueni, then what are we lacking? We're not lacking institutional memory. Listening to DCC Kathonzweni and listening to him, he has experience. He must have worked under Moi, Kibaki, and now Uhuru and William Ruto. So he has seen it all and is around. We vetted the ministers. I was reminded by some speakers that the vetting and the quality of the ministers that appeared before the committee on appointment, that some assemblies did not want to expose their ECMs, and some governors requested, wacheni kuweka hiyo kitu kwa mtandao, tumaliza haraka haraka watu msiulize maswali mingi ya kizungu. But your ministers were eloquent. They understood the county, they are here with you. So we don't lack, we don't miss. So Governor and the County Commissioner, I think we don't need a seminar or leadership understanding Makueni. We are here, we know, it's a question of execution and coordinating ourselves. Now, if you allow me, I will read Article 189, which you are very well versed with. All county commissioners are taken through that immediately at DCC. And it's an article that Senate relies on very much. And that is on cooperation between the national government and county governments, Article 189. 189.1. That government at either level, national and county level, leader of the majority, not upper and lower, is levels. A, shall perform functions and exercise its powers in a manner that respects the functions and institutional integrity of government at other level and respects the constitutional status and institutions of government at the other level, and in case of county government within the county. B, assist, support, and consult, and, as appropriate, implement legislations of other level of governments. And C, the last one, liaise with government at the other level for purpose of exchanging information, coordinating policies and administration, and enhancing capacity. Now, if you read Article 189, it's unconstitutional. It's absolutely unconstitutional for any governor and county commissioner not to sit like you are seated today. In fact, they should be charged in a court of law on abuse of office. I'm persuaded that. Because it's not their responsibility personal. It is a constitutional requirement that the governor, as the head of the government, assembly and executive, county commissioner with whole departments, put them together in the interest of the people. So what governor and county commissioner have done, and it was done previously before by CC Beverly, is to implement the constitution as it is. Now what is important for us seated here is MCA for Kikumbulu South, leader of the minority, it is to sort yourself. So go meet your SEC and OCS. And umalizana mambo ya pombe. Then in that meeting, administrator seated, can you do minutes and report and copy to the county commissioner and the governor for information? We wish to inform you that following a meeting that took place at ABCD, we have recommended closure of 17 bars out of 41. You are notified, governor. You are notified. We are not consulting. I mean, it's not the responsibility of the county commissioner to license bars. The law is very clear that our sub-county administrator, who is the chair, and DCC are religious leaders. They are there. All they require is to convene a meeting in county commissioner's office, make resolution, and don't quote names that during this meeting on ABCD, it was resolved, just like Mbunge. We debate, but at the end of the day, we say hey and nay. So you can't point out who said hey and nay. It was resolved. Don't burden the county commissioner. Pass resolutions as arms of government at the ward level. I'm not talking about sub-county. So can we have the ward water officer, the ward administrator, the OCS in Kilome sitting and inquiring in the vandalization of water projects, recommending arrests and copying the governor and whatever for information, and call the MCA to request for a statement and naming it even it was on the floor of the house, if you wish so. So that we're going to work, it's going to be his, tutafurahi, na kazi itakuwa mzuri. Because as I've enumerated, if the persons holding offices have been around for some time, then we'll be fools not to do better than what has been done before. We will not be forgiven by God. I don't think we will. So I'm pleading us that we cascade this. It's the picture. Imewekwa, na vile DCC Kadonzweni amesema imemalizika. So mheshimiwa leader of majority, as you say kila mtu apate chakula, then ensure you also see the SEC first and you square out before you come to the podium. And for the politicians present here, please protect the county government and national government workers. Don't run away from them. Let's have an understanding with them to understand what is the problem behind the problem. Maybe that officer has not been facilitated on that particular project. Maybe there's no food in store. But when you go to baraza, serikali ya national, DCC, tunataka chakula, watu wanakufa, enda ongee, ujue haiko, mmesema tumeongea na SEC, tumeandika barua kwa governor na county commissioner, na tukifika bunge, tutapitisha supplementary budget ya kuleta chakula. Na we DCC na SEC, msukumia Nairobi kuje. Lakini ukimwitishia hapo, ataanza kuwepa baraza zako. Na akiepa, hajazaliwa Makueni. Si ndio? Na sisi wengine tumezaliwa huku. Kwa hivyo tusaidiane in the boardrooms and let us go to the citizens when we have resolutions and we have decisions and appraise. Now lastly, why the government employs water engineer at the ward level is because the governor is not a water engineer. And the county commissioner is not a security consultant. Please give their advice that we are proposing on water you do this. All the governor needs is to give you blessings and goodwill and facilitating, establishing an environment for work to be done. Otherwise, nitamalizia hapo na niwaombe wawakilishi walio hapa, we will collaborate with you, we will coordinate at the ward level, and we will really support each other to execute government policies and programs at either level. Otherwise, the voter that voted for the president is the same voter that voted for the governor, MCAs and MPs. Asante sana. There are MCAs who could not make it. Na waombea pole zao. Asante sana. The one who came late is, please be upstanding. Why I quoted you is for people to know you are around. Honorable Kalunda is as a ranking member for Kikumbulu South Ward and the leader of the minority party. Karibu sana. Asante sana. I now take this opportunity to invite Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor for Makueni County, so that then you address your colleague, county commissioner, and the governor. Sasa kazi kwako.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I always get amazed on how he breaks down. On how he breaks down issues, and I wonder, why didn't you become a learned friend as you grew up? You should have chosen, you're good at your subject. Your Excellency, the Governor, honorable members of County Assembly, CECs present here, chief officers present here, county, sub-county administrators, ward administrators, chief officers, county secretary, and all protocols observed. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I'm grateful to be here, and my name is Lucy Mulili, for those we've not interacted with. And today, did I recognize the county commissioner? Did I? Oh, sorry. Okay, our chief guest, the county commissioner. Sorry. Sorry, and my colleague. I joined the service with him, and I've worked very many years with him, and I'm grateful that today he's here. So I wish to say that this is a wonderful meeting. Governor, you've been very deliberate with the county commissioner upon meeting the new CS for Interior. Is it Interior and Coordination of National Government, Mr. Honorable Professor Honorable Kithure Kindiki from Nairobi. You've now come again and organized a meeting down here to cascade what you discussed at Arambe House. I don't know whether you are in Arambe House, but you've come to cascade that, and we are grateful that today we are seated together with the national government, the county commissioner and his team. I wish the county commander would have been here, but I'm grateful. I know you are the chair of the county security committee. So I'm grateful that we are having this kind of a meeting, meet, greet, eat, and discuss, of course. And going forward, this will be the way. We are in the 4th month of the 3rd cycle, according to Sipora. I don't know, 4th month or 5th month of the 3rd cycle of devolution. And therefore, we've just begun. And I believe the way we've begun, this is the best way to collaborate together with the national government, the county government, so that we remove all those silos in the county government, even in the national government. And Governor, Your Excellency, the Governor, since you came here, we are grateful. You've shown us the direction. You've shown us the policy direction of how the workers and everyone in the county, how we need to work in close collaboration for better achievement of the results that we envisage as a county and as national government. And I know we've been having the county steering group on several occasions. The food would come. We meet in the meetings with I've not seen the NDMA, the coordinator or the secretary. I think she's not here today with us. But I've seen food coming. And then because we know the county commissioner, they are not ready, together with the DCCs, with distribution. Very quick, we take over that function, assist in distribution of the food to our people. And it has been a very good collaboration. Of course, at the county policing authority, I hope when it is formed, we're going to have a better engagement to address the security challenges that we are facing. And we will be looking forward, County Commissioner, when you form and leaders informing the county policing authority so that we can be able to work together. We'll continue collaboration on disaster and emergencies and issues to deal with GBV. I know some of our officers from and elders from some areas may be doing kangaroo courts, and I believe they are not courts, kangaroo discussions. They are not courts, and therefore we hope to collaborate very closely so that some of those practices that hurt our people are not encouraged. At the county land boards, county commissioner, we had engaged your predecessor because we want to be involved in the land control boards at the county, at the sub-county level, so that our surveyors or some officers from the county government are involved, because there's some revenue that we are missing from those subdivisions. And therefore, we wish to request that we have some of our, we are going to discuss on how we have some of the members of the county government involved at the land control boards. It's an issue we had started the discussions together with the county commission, and I believe you're going to be very, very receptive. I know the first the county government started from your offices. I know you've been told that. We have many of our officers housed in your offices across there. Third floor, I don't know, it's third, fourth floor. Please continue hosting us until when we are ready to shift. Continue hosting us in those offices, and we realize surely collaboration began at an earlier date. And finally, I wish to say this: at the ward level, this is high level. If at the ward level we will not be speaking, we will not let officers at the ward level, both national and county, be in a similar setting like this, will not be doing much. And therefore, going forward, we wish our DCCs and the county administrators, as you hold your meetings, let it be at the lowest level, at the ward level. We have this kind of discussion. When you find something, you may find some water that has been vandalized or some water pipe that is leaking, and then you can't say hiyo ni kazi ya county. It is your responsibility to go and get the ward water officer or the ward water engineer, so that they can be able to fix that problem. So that this meeting brings value at the grassroots level. At this level, we are policy makers, but at the grassroots level, we need this kind of collaboration. Finally, I wish to thank again in absentia, your predecessor, Madam Beverly Opora. She was here, I think, for 3 months, and you would think she was here for 1 year. Very, very energetic, very, very lovely, and quite ready, really, to work in close collaboration with the county government, together with our officers, of course. And Mr. Kaimba, you've been in Moka. You've been, have interacted with you many years. Many years we've interacted, we were employed together, and we wish to welcome you here at the county headquarters. Wewe ni mkubwa kabisa, and let me tell you, we are ready to support you. To work with you together with the officers and all the rest of the officers. On the issue of judiciary, I think the governor can comment on that. But we are ready to work closely with you, and this is a first, Your Excellency the Governor. This is a first, and we are grateful for this great idea that you've done today. And now, members, I wish to take this opportunity to welcome His Excellency the Governor to come and address us. Please welcome Your Excellency the Governor.
Thank you. Asante, you may sit. Before I still don't understand these things, but one day somebody will explain. Before I make my speech, I know all of you are well. In the office of the county commissioner, there's a name, Pauline Dollar. Pauline Dollar is a sister of Professor Magoha. Could you please stand and observe a moment of silence? Thank you. May the soul of the good professor rest in peace. I spoke to Pauline Dollar this morning. The brother's body arrived this morning from Texas, and the other brother is in the mortuary. So that lady is under such distress. So I'm praying, I'm hoping that we can find time to console with them, but let's remember them in prayer. I want to be brief. Today is deliberate. If you check your date, today is 25th of January. I took oath of office on 25th of August. So it's the 125th day, in case you want to count. And I'm speaking to Zipporah, you are saying 100 and something. That's the exact date. So what we are doing today is something that we contemplated. It's a dream come true. It's something we conceived 3 years ago when we decided that we were going to make a try and to become the executives of this county. And we began with Mangoka. Mangoka was working with Office of the Auditor General, National Government. You go to Liz, Liz was working with KEMSA, National Government. Nicholas was working with me at the Senate, Parliament of Kenya. And then, of course, the Deputy Governor, who was not only a county commissioner, she worked at state functions, which is a nice name for State House, for over 9 years, and worked at Konza, etc., etc. So our work in collaboration is something that we have deliberately planned. Now, the coincidence is as follows. I sat in a meeting chaired by my colleague called Professor Kithure Kindiki. And in the same meeting, we sat with the person coordinating the work of Professor Kithure Kindiki. Her name is Beverly Opora. So when I say that some of the things that we must do must have that motivation, you never know who you are sitting next to. That person might be the person you are going to knock the door at next time. Because now we are knocking the door of Beverly Opora to give us food for Muka. Similarly, it is Beverly Opora and the county commissioner who are helping us resolve the crisis that we are having in K Ward and Kemakio Kalanzoni. So when we collaborate, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a contradiction. It's actually what we are supposed to do. And I'm happy that the speaker, who, if I had resources, I would sponsor to study law. This is what we are supposed to do. The public we represent do not understand what national and county means. They have no idea. So I'm praying that we continue this, and I'm working extra hard to have as many meetings as possible with national government officials. And there's a reason. Because I had the privilege, when I was in Laikipia for the cabinet retreat, to be picked from my table to go and sit and have breakfast with the president of this republic, together with the deputy, to talk about matters Makueni. So I know he's coming to Makueni, but we can't come to Makueni and we are not organized. So the Minister of Health has already called us for a meeting. We have sorted. Minister in charge of Interior, ametuita mkutano, done. Minister in charge of Tourism has called us for a meeting on Friday. I've invited MCM Tito Andei. I've asked CC atupatie the compensation claims. We go and discuss. Minister Rhodes, my former colleague Senator Kipchumba Murkomen pia ametuita mkutano. So by the time the executive is here, we have sorted a lot of things so that we don't use that podium to make demands. That podium will be again like this, meet and greet. So I'm happy that the county commissioner, Kaburu Kaimba, is here, promoted just from colleagues. And we called all of you so that we demonstrate that the journey we had started with Beverly must continue. I've requested, now I'm going to request again. I see no logical reason why people have to drive from the county commissioner's office to here, and yet they can have a gate here that goes directly to the office of the county commissioner. Because we are one government. So if the office of the president on Harambee Avenue, you just cross over and walk into the office of the deputy president, therefore, we should now have a gate here so that we continue the collaboration. Tunatembea tu tunaingia. If we want to have meetings, we can have meetings in all these places that are reserved so that we can continue this collaboration that I think is ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, the people who we have been called upon to serve, those who have been appointed and those who have been elected, will be ultimately the beneficiaries of this. Just let us leave a good legacy, because you never know. You never know what is going to happen tomorrow. If you ask about the pages and pages of legacy Professor Mago has left in the public service, they will remember him for public service. They will not remember him for the university where he was the vice chancellor and I used to represent them at the time. So I think we can do that. So there are many things that are pending that we need to resolve. The matters, football, we have requested Waziri, who was here, Waziri Water, about our dams. That we have also made a request. We are going to follow up on those requests. We have a meeting called upon by the two PSs who are coming from here on an invitation that I'm told we will be invited to the house on the hill. So this collaboration must continue. Let's continue talking. Mheshimiwa Kimongo has a serious issue. Where is he? Here. He has a serious issue, Thwake, which we have brought to the attention of the county commissioner, about materials that are being stolen from Thwake project. Na watu wale wanaiba wanajulikana. Ile gari Probox ya white mwenye wanajulikana. And the people who are doing this, we know them. We can't have it. And if imagine this gentleman is concerned, those are not his things. It's because he loves his ward and loves his country. And therefore, mimi nawauliza, Speaker, please find a person, either yourselves or somebody in the leadership. My time is up. Time is up. The person who we can appoint to coordinate with the CC on matters concerning the wards. After those meetings are held in the wards na mumekutana, let's find a way of escalating that information so that we share information. I want an era where we do not quarrel at funerals. And tunaenda kushindana hapo. Hapana. Let's go and console those people who are bereaved. But let's find an opportunity to talk. I have an open door policy for every member of county assembly. Wewe ukiwa wa chap chap, hata kama wewe ni chairman wa chap chap, kuja kwa ofisi yangu. Whether you're an independent candidate, doesn't matter really. You have an open door policy, and that open door policy should be open also to the sub-county administrators. It should also be open to the DCCs so that we move this thing. Let's move this thing together so that if you are asked a question about something that is in Makueni, you can answer quickly. Because I'm told there are several cabinet secretaries coming. Now, the goodwill of this corporation is working very well for us. National government is wanaangalia kule kuna vita. Kule kuna vita hakuna kitu itafanyika. Huku kwetu they are calling and they are sending people day and night. Friday we will receive a very senior official from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Nakuja tu wanatembea tu. And I told the meeting that I had with the Ministry of Health that we have moved from partnerships to friendships. from partnerships to friendships. We are friends with these people. We went and requested for equipment for a hospital constructed in Titwandei. That was about 2 weeks ago from the minister. And when we get into the meeting, guess who we found? We found a gentleman called Dr. Andrew Mudo. It was easy. It was so easy. And so therefore I can tell all of you, let's forget the things that we were fighting about, because those things we were fighting about are no longer necessary. Those people who are fighting me are not here. Otherwise they would be here. Those people who are fighting doing the right thing when what so I think that is the motto that we should follow. So we'll have many more meetings. Today is Tukai too. Chinua Achebe said something about this. Who remembers what he said? And eat. It's not because they have no food in their house. Sinikweli. It's the idea of sharing. So let's continue sharing, Sisi, and we congratulate you on your appointment. And we hope that we will have a good story to report. At the end of this, Ekaini Mutabi, my good people, in August 2027, you will need a report. You will account for even the pose of the county commissioner has changed. I'm happy. Karibu county commissioner.
Yeah, asante sana. Hii ni kubwa sana. Oh. Yeah, no, nasema si mmeona hiyo heshima ni kubwa sana. Naongea nyuma ya gavana. Hiyo ni kadi. Asante sana bwana gavana. Si kaeni. Your Excellency, our governor, Mutula Kilonzo, Your Excellency Deputy Governor, Speaker, mimi nataka kuchukua fursa hii niseme asante sana kwa gavana. Hii heshima amenitunuku leo itaishi kwa maisha yangu. Lakini ninaomba na mimi nimepata tajiriba kubwa sana ya kufanya kazi. Nitafanyia mwenzangu hivyo umenifanyia. When we visited the cabinet secretary with the governor, governor is a doer of what he has talked here. They praised Opora until Opora was warned by the cabinet secretary. I tell you. No, but I think it must have been genuine because almost even the MPs, they all praised Opora. So it looks like Opora's shoes might be a little big. But I will seize the situation here anyway. Now, I want to ensure that with the support of the governor, what I have received since we visited that office, I'm sure we will leave Makueni a better place than I found it. Number one, it was not, mimi hata sikuongea huko. Unanielewa? Wao walisema shida za Makueni, but the parting shot was that all the government, national government officers are working for the Republic of Kenya, and Makueni County is in the Republic of Kenya. So that means that there are only two people who need to report what he said. His Excellency the President and himself, because they have manifestos to do what the President says, and that he does not need me in Makueni to campaign for him. And in return, the Cabinet Secretary asked our governor to ensure that his elected officers or MCAs do not also need to pick a little quarrel where we will fight for them. Tunaelewana hapo? So all that we need to do, na nimeona Mheshimiwa Majority Leader vile tumekutana leo baada ya miaka hiyo yote, I think we will do marvelous work. I want to promise you that when you go to Mbooni, what you discuss with Madam Idato, I will not change nothing, not even a comma. What you people agree, just involve a multi-agency team, so that your authority, your multi-agency team, is bigger than one person. It's bigger than me. Na si Mbooni peke yake, ninasema all over. And incidentally, you are governor. I worked with two of your officers, sub-county admins, and I think we worked very well. Sasa kama hawa tulikuwa tunafanya nao vizuri, nitakosa kufanya na wewe kweli? Basi. Matters, sitaki kudwelo na ile mambo imeongelewa hapa, kwa sababu nataka kuenda counter check vile Opora alisema, ndio nikuje sasa kujibu. But I promise cooperation, because I don't want to give a contrary opinion what she did or what she was doing. But I know about multi-agency. She told us that we need to work as a team. I'll give an example of Mheshimiwa ule alisema nini, dawa zimekuwa mingi sana, ni Emali. Mimi naomba sub-county admin na deputy county commissioner na OCS, they are members of CUC. CUC is very powerful. Now, some magistrates are very good, like the one we used to work with in Kilungu. They were very good. They would even form days to come and educate us on matters law. So mtu anatusumbua hapa na drug, na kumbe hata ukiuliza magistrate anaweza kukupatia dawa rahisi sana. Some magistrates will not even hesitate to welcome you to their offices. You say, like I remember one called Mayamba. He told us, si huyu mulete tungefunga na nini na trafficking kwa sababu hiyo ndio mzuri kuliko possession. So mkiuliza huko, mimi najua tutaendelea vizuri. Then mimi nataka viongozi wale wako hapa, I want you to think about if it is possible. Viongozi wa siasa wale wako hapa, tafadhali think about aligning administrative areas with political boundaries. Because some situations are very difficult. Like now, if we have government food, imagine we cannot give part of Kalanzon some food. Yeah. So I'm asking you, when you sit there, when you go sit with your deputy county commissioners and sub-county administrators and heads of department, just if you think there is an issue we can align, let us align. For instance, there are some schools here in karibu hapa Kilungu, ziko Kilungu lakini zinatolewa mtihani hapa. So if vitu kama hivyo kama ingepatikana, I hope tunaweza kusaidiana kutengeneza Kilungu. I'm telling you this because the members of parliament who visited the cabinet secretary asked for that. They complained about some boundaries zinakuja mpaka zinaingiana vibaya, such that you never know what to do where. Case in point, Mheshimiwa Speaker, you remember the issue of Maguli? I had to talk to almost all the deputy county commissioners to know ni nani kwake kuna chomo. So kama tungepata kazi rahisi ya kujua ni nani yako chini ya hapa, mimi nitashukuru sana. Now finally, so that I can go and learn about the issues I've had here, I want to say, to corroborate what the governor said. When you go back, and even the speaker said that, when you go back to your stations, tafadhali sit down. Don't bring us raw data. Finish it completely. Na ujue sasa hiyo ni action unahitaji. If you need to escalate it to the security team or to the governor or to me. But you can finish all the issues there. Kwa mfano, the issue ya vandalism. Seriously, does it have need to come to the governor? Hiyo ni kitu inaweza ishia huko. Because those who sponsor that are known. Those who cause it to happen are known. So I think I want to empower my colleague, the DCC there. Please, summon your people. What you do, just tell us. Kama ni mtu amekuwa ni mkubwa sana, sisi tutadili naye hapa kama county sasa. Sawa sawa. Otherwise, I want to tell Your Excellency the Governor, Speaker na watu yako, my dear colleagues, wale wengine wote, ukiwa na shida kwangu, you do not need an appointment as well. Kuja uniambie you need this. Niliambiwa na mtu mwingine, kienda kwa ofisi ukiwa mgeni, usiiwache vile ulikuta, hata kama ni curtain ibadilisha. Sasa mimi sitataka kubadilisha curtain, nitataka kuendeleza ambapo Madam Opora amewacha, na tuendeleze, sio mimi peke yangu, tuendeleze sisi sote hapa so that niwache Makueni ikiwa better than I found it. Kwa hayo mengi ninasema asanteni sana, but I want again to thank the governor kwa hii heshima amenitunukia leo. Asante sana bwana governor. Thank you.
Thank you. I should have said something about the court because you brought it up. We are lucky as Makueni to have very senior judiciary officers. One is the Deputy Chief Justice, and another one is called Daniel Musinga, the President of the Court of Appeal. He was here yesterday. So, but we can't invite them for these forums for obvious reasons. Because they are matters judiciary, and our collaboration, we must do it quietly. So, the issues involving your place, na Kilungu, na a court in Matiliko, are things we are addressing, and I've given him that dossier. So you first of all go around before he calls us, and when they are ready, nitawaita. Asante.
Thank you to our chief guest, and thank you to Your Excellency the Governor. I will now call upon Alex to move a vote of thanks. Then I will make some housekeeping arrangements. Announcements.
Thank you so much to our governor and all the guests and all the protocol observed. I wish to thank all the speakers who have spoken. I wish to thank all the speakers who have spoken before us today, and we wish that cooperation will continue. So as a county, the county commissioner, the assembly, the executive, all of us will work in collaboration, and those of us who are working in the field, we shall be there to support you and do whatever directions we shall be given. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Alex. To our chief guest, on a very light note, and to Majority Leader Bwana Chalomumo, I wish to remind you that your former colleague at the casino, Bwana Patrick Chenza, also works here at the county as the HR director. So find time as you catch your meal to also catch up about the casino issues. Without much ado, I will ask Acting Chief Officer Zipporah to give us a closing prayer and also pray for food. And then I will make the announcement about the catering. Just before Zipporah moves the word of prayer, I would request Your Excellencies and the Chief Guest and the Speaker to move forward for a photo session. This is indeed ceremonial, so then the third photo will be the CEC members and the governor and the deputy governor and the county commissioner. Next, assembly leadership. Majority leader, minority leader, and deputy speaker join in the photo. Next, we will have the ECMs. Assembly leadership will fall out, then we'll have the ECMs. The ECMs will be followed by, they'll be followed by the DCCs. Thank you. Let us now have the DCCs and any ACCs present representing their DCCs. After that, we will have the assembly, strictly the nominated assembly members alone. Then we will have the elected also joining. The nominated members of the county assembly. And once the photo is taken, I will ask you to remain so that you are joined by your elected colleagues. Members of the county assembly, can you join in? Next in line will be sub-county administrators. So you be on standby. Some can step on the podium behind. Some people can step on the podium behind just to be able to try and balance the photo. Engineer Mwema, you may consider going to the podium. There'll be better visibility. Cameraman, please arrange the photo. I know it's a wide photo. Mheshimiwa Manzu, angalia picha, angalia picha. After that photo, we will have the sub-county administrators and the civic education coordinators. After that, we will have the last photo of the municipal manager, Bwana Katumo. The mayor, his worship, the mayor, the last mayor and the current mayor. This is the man who runs the town. They're joined by the local MCA for headquarters. Thank you. You may be seated briefly. The last announcement, just before we get the closing prayer. Lunch is ready. His Excellency the Governor is hosting all of you for lunch. So you're requested to remain and have lunch. You are requested to bond. The idea of today's meeting was about a meet, greet, and eat. We have already covered the two parts, that is the meet and greet. The remaining part of the eat will be in the other tent. So from here you transition to the catering tent. I will ask Zipporah to lead us with a word of prayer and pray for food.
Thank you. Shall we pray together? Let's stand kindly. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for this is the Spirit, moving from partnerships to friendships. We thank you because it is finalized as we eat and bond. We continue to pray that this will be the way to go and that your favor will abide in Makueni. You will get more than we ever thought in terms of development, in terms of partnerships, finances, and revenue. We continue to pray that you strengthen the governor, the deputy governor, the speaker and the house, and the CC together with the national government. We continue to pray going forward that we walk together as we have begun. In Jesus' name, we pray and believe.